Look closely at this filing, and you notice the grammar. Words are bracketed, capitalized, and hyphenated, a customized syntax declaring absolute sovereignty. Even stranger, in the margins, the filer affixed a $1 postage stamp, then signed directly across it to cancel the instrument. The person submitting this document claims two very specific titles: Postmaster General and Indigenous American National. To a court clerk, these documents appear meaningless, but for the author, every hyphenated phrase is a deliberate calculation intended to overwrite the court's authority with their own. These papers are artifacts from a subculture that believes the entire legal system can be bypassed. Their method relies on an elaborate combination of 19th-century postal history and international human rights treaties. In 1874, nations established the Universal Postal Union to create a single, cooperative global territory for routing mail. Today, it is an official agency of the United Nations. A specific fringe theory twists this history. It begins with the premise that the United States government has undergone multiple secret bankruptcies, rendering it legally incompetent to govern. According to this theory, the bankruptcy creates a power vacuum. Because the UPU operates under international treaty and admiralty law, it supposedly absorbs the authority of the now insolvent federal government. This is where the stamp becomes a tool. By signing a court motion, the filer transforms local paperwork into international mail, placing the case under the UPU's postal jurisdiction. The goal is to force the case into international waters. In this theory, once the document is mail, a state or federal judge no longer has the authority to rule on it. Historically, the United States Postmaster General held immense cabinet-level power, overseeing one of the largest communication networks and workforces in the country. The fringe logic co-opts that prestige. By claiming the title of Postmaster General over your own affairs, you declare yourself the supreme executor of your own personal sovereign territory. Assuming this title is an attempt to sever the standard social contract, replacing the status of a citizen with that of a one-person international agency. To reinforce this perceived independence, the movement borrows from the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. This document was drafted to protect ancestral lands and affirm self-governance for marginalized communities. Individuals in this movement adopt specific tribal or Moorish identities to claim they are pre-colonial sovereign entities. They argue that this status makes them immune to any law passed by the United States. These claims are documented in filings that describe the individual as a tribal common law express trust governmental organization. The final synthesis locks these two ideas together. The filer wraps their newly declared pre-colonial status in the postal framework's international jurisdiction. The result is a complex legal fiction, a sovereign nation of one, theoretically insulated from domestic law enforcement. The reality is far less complex. The UPU only routes mail, and UNDRIP does not grant individuals the right to secede. No American judge has ever accepted this theory as valid law. While these filings fail in court, their existence reveals a specific human impulse. This movement represents a desire for agency against a massive, often alienating legal and bureaucratic system. There is a sharp irony in trying to dismantle a government by obsessively utilizing its own administrative tools. In this movement, common postage stamps are wielded as jurisdictional anchors and proof of individual sovereignty. The postal loophole is a legal fiction, but the act of manually reassembling historical fragments to declare independence signals a complete breakdown in the relationship between citizens and the state.